Patrick's Day. If you are new here, my name is Trisha Miller. I upload videos every Wednesday and Friday. For our meal prep today, we are going to do a St. Patrick's Day spin. I am going to add a ton of green items to these recipes that we're doing. So for the pre-breakfast, we are going to make spinach muffins. They're sweet, they're delicious, they are healthy. Your kids will love them, you will love them. Make a double batch if you have children. Trust me, they will go fast. So we're gonna do that for the pre-breakfast. And if you didn't watch last week, my pre-breakfast, I tend to not eat breakfast until all my kids get to where they need to be. And sometimes that can be as late as 10 o'clock in the morning if the bus is late. So I need something, especially on the days that I work out, just kind of first thing in the morning or right after I work out. And so I thought these muffins would be perfect. So then for the true breakfast, we're gonna be making a breakfast casserole with chicken sausage. I'm back on my egg kick. I had a while where I was just so sick of eggs, so it's been a couple weeks since I've had them for breakfast, so I'm ready to get back to them. And then for our lunch, it is really cold and rainy today, so I am just feeling some comfort food vibes. So I'm gonna do a healthy spin on that, and I'm gonna make mini turkey meatloafs with green peas for St. Patrick's Day, and just like a cauliflower mash to go with that. If you are one of my WW friends, I will post all of the WW point information in the description below. I'll post the recipes in the description below. If you head over to our Instagram page, @MillerFamilyVibes, you'll see extra recipes that we cook on there that I don't put on the YouTube channel. So it's definitely worth to follow along if you're enjoying these videos. And speaking of enjoying the videos, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe to our channel, hit the notification button, and you'll be alerted every time I post a new video. Let's start cooking. I forgot the most important part. We're also making dessert. There's a holiday coming up, we need to celebrate. So I thought I'd do the healthy spin on it. We're going to be doing a yogurt bark instead of using the chocolate that is typically used. I'm gonna add some fun green decorations to that, some fruit, some Lucky Charms, all the good things. So let's get cooking now. We are going to start with the breakfast casserole so I can get that in the oven, so then I can have my oven freed up later to do the turkey meatloaf. For the breakfast casserole, super simple, super versatile if you want to swap out a recipe. It calls for a turkey sausage. I'm going to use my chicken sausage. It's the Applegate Farms brand. I love it. It's not crumbles, it's actual links. I'll show you guys. I'm just gonna cut them up. And it's gonna be like about 1.5 links per portion on here. I just really like the flavor of them, so I'm gonna use those. And then I'm going to cut up some bell pepper. We have a green bell pepper, we have a red bell pepper. And then the real MVP of this recipe is zucchini. So I'm gonna put this in the grate. It says to be grated. I'm just gonna put it in a little food processor. Then we're going to try to get as much of the water out of it as we can. And then we're gonna essentially take all of that, put it in the pan, add some eggs to it, put some seasoning on top, add some cheese to it, and pop it in the oven. the breakfast casserole in the oven. That's gonna cook for about 30 more minutes. So I am going to prepare the mini turkey meatloafs, and then I'm going to prepare our pre-breakfast spinach muffins. I only have one muffin pan, so I'm gonna save that for the mini meatloafs, and instead for the muffins, I'm going to use this. It's like a flat muffin top pan, so we're gonna do spinach muffin tops. All right, let's get everything ready. All right, for the turkey mini meatloafs, I'm gonna take my rain off because I'm about to get messy. I don't have an exact recipe I follow. I've been making these for years. I'm pretty sure when I started I had a recipe, but there's a million recipes out there. I'm just gonna keep it simple. I'll tell you what I do. I have about 1/2 of a cup of just like really finely chopped sweet yellow onion. I like it a little sweeter. And then I have a whole pound of 99% lean ground turkey. The seasoning I'm going to add, I do some garlic salt, seasoned pepper, and then some Himalayan pink salt. I don't have an exact amount, I just kind of cook with my heart on this one. Then I'm gonna add just a little dabble of the no sugar added ketchup to it. Same for the Worcestershire sauce. I say a dabble, so probably about a tablespoon, and then probably about 2 teaspoons of the sauce. And then panko breadcrumbs, I do an exact amount for that one because I wanna be able to do the WW points. So for the panko, I'm gonna do 1/3 of a cup. And then we're gonna use our hands and have that satisfying mix it up feeling. I'm gonna spray down my, words are hard today, muffin pan, and then I'm going to just hand form them and put them in. I fill it about 3/4 of the way. And then I put a little bit of ketchup on top, spread it around, and then we're gonna pop it in the oven as soon as the breakfast casserole is ready. To get our spinach muffin tops ready. I'm gonna put everything in the food processor. If you have like a larger NutriBullet, you can do it in there, a blender. It's just easier to get everything blended up really quickly. Then we're just going to spray some cooking spray on our pan, pour the batter in there, and I'm going to cook those at 375 for 15 minutes, and then my turkey meatloaf is gonna go in the same time. It's gonna stay for an extra 15 minutes for a total of 30 minutes. first round of spinach muffins are out of the oven. They smell delicious. Our casserole, breakfast casserole is out of the oven. I have the turkey meatloaf in the oven. I'm gonna do a second round of the spinach muffins. But before we do that, I'm going to do our yogurt bark. So you're essentially just gonna use parchment paper with a lined baking sheet. I'm gonna use the Light and Fit Greek vanilla yogurt, but any type of yogurt. The recipes always usually recommend vanilla, but you could do whatever flavor you want. I'm gonna get fun with the decorations. I'm gonna do a bunch of different berries. I'm gonna try to create a rainbow effect for St. Patrick's Day. I'm gonna add some Lucky Charms, maybe some sprinkles. Let's see. Just some extra information with this yogurt bark. When you are done decorating it, you're gonna wanna put it in the freezer for at least 3 hours. And then once you bring it back out, let it sit for a few minutes if it's hard to cut. I let it sit for probably about 20 minutes, and then I was able to cut it pretty easily. It's not going to cut in these perfect little pieces. It's going to break up just like a bark normally would. And then whatever is left behind after everybody gets their hands on it, which for us, there was not much left over, but whatever you have left over, you do want to store that back in the freezer because it's yogurt. So it will start to melt and go back to the yogurt consistency. All right, our yogurt bark is done. The last thing we have to do, I'm gonna keep it super simple. I am just going to microwave these mashed cauliflowers, microwave some peas, and start assembling my lunches. So much for joining me for this week's meal prep. I hope you have an incredible week, and I'll see you next time.